Alright, it's been a few days, but we're back. Well, I mean, I'm back after a few days. You guys have been getting videos every day, because that's how backlogs work. But, I want to talk to the people who were affected by my decision to not make the mages slaves, but I'm trying to remember who exactly was affected by that. I remember Cassandra didn't like it, I think Sera didn't like it, and I think Blackwall did like it, but I think someone else liked it, and I don't remember who they are. But let's just start with Cassandra, at least I remember her.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it. It never ends, evidently.
You don't need to tell me that.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Is it that bad?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
I had to think on my feet, and I did what I could.
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
Just remember that after the breach is closed.
I will not forget. Though I cannot speak for others.
Oh, well, at least Cassandra's not mad at me. That's good to know. She stands by my decision, even though she's probably... Ooh. More items. Just finding these everywhere, aren't I? It's good to know that she's not mad at me for my decision. Although she's, of course, having to deal with problems because of me to some extent. There's just so many treasure chests.
We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we declare our independence and march off to some hold and do nothing?
Better that than stay here with this Inquisition.
You're awfully quick to dismiss the people who saved your life, Matrin. Word is that the mages will be joining us here in Haven. I hope you've chosen your allies wisely, Herald.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Having little pieces of dissent here. I wonder, are these chests new, or are they just are they showing up because I missed things in the environment in areas where you can't go back? Is kind of what I'm wondering. I don't remember there being so many things I could open just sitting around in places I've frankly been to before. But anyway, it's good that Cassandra doesn't resent me for my decision, even if it's not the same one she would have made. She's just dealing with people being difficult, but that's what's going to happen. The mages need to get used to the idea that, like, they're our allies and they're free, which means that they can't expect things to be provided for them all the time either, because they're their own, like, freedom doesn't come with... Like, being free does mean you have to take care of certain things on your own to some extent, and they have to get used to being treated as equals. And, frankly, it's kind of expected some of them would complain about something, because we're in a situation where we don't really have the resources for everybody, and it happens.
Here, have something to drink.
Hello, Blackwall. I didn't really expect to see you standing here, specifically.
Maker, look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it, to be that close.
If I hadn't been saved by Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. I have to admit, I thought you'd be...
Human?
Yes.
Being upfront is better than Oxman.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better than to say anything. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
Is that all we're gonna get from Blackwall, though? I thought he had a specific reaction to... Oh. Wait, I can buy and sell here? I've never noticed this before. There's like a store right here. What can you get here? Oh. This is an accessory? The Tactician's Renewal. Oh, it's a single-use thing that you can use to respec your abilities. Oh. Okay, it only costs 300 gold. There's an infinite number of them? Oh, the first one even only costs 1 gold. Wow. So if you don't like how you spent your skills on a character, you can just change them, and it's not even expensive. Does this thing sell anything else, or just that? Okay, yeah, I'll take it. The more you know. So there's the respec thing if I ever want to change how I've handled someone. What is this quest over here, though? I can see something just sitting around here. Oh, there's a door. I've never even seen this building before. The starting zone is very elaborate, isn't it? Much more so than I'm used to from a lot of these games. I'm starting to think that the quest marker is just pointing at me at Blackwall, though.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
Brute force is not always the answer. There are plenty of other paths to victory.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared. One thing I will say about your men. They're passionate, devoted. You inspire them. Build on that foundation, and you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Have you seen the stories Varric's been writing? His descriptions of me are colorful, to say the least.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
Okay, I'll be honest. Okay, that was some fun little background text, a little bit about him, but I just don't see where that exclamation point is. I don't even see the exclamation point in the first place anymore. But there's some sort of quest marker back there. What is this area like? I've never actually walked over here yet. Do a quick sweep to just see if there's any random cool shit around. Maybe not. Maybe not so much. I think that's the end of the map, too. Okay, let's go back into town. I'm gonna go check in on Sera, I think, next. Although we should probably check in on Dorian after. Because I've never talked to Dorian in town yet, I don't think. Like the way you talk to normal NPCs, anyway. Oh, Sera, dear.
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven. Just in case.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are alright. My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which? The ones who do things, the ones who give orders?
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less magic. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair though.
Free the time.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Okay, I'm a little caught off guard here. The people who had... I thought that the people that had, like, dislike reactions to my decision would have more feedback, but they don't seem... Whoa! This is new, right? The significant quantity of just pots lying around? I'm gonna check really quick to see if I can upgrade anything. The jar of bees. Alright, let's find out what this does. Summon a swarm of bees at the target location for 30 seconds. The swarm attacks the first enemy it comes near for 163 damage per second for 15 seconds. If the target affected by the swarm has a target affected by the swarm has a 10% chance of every second to become panicked. What the fuck? So this does 46 DPS to a whole group, whereas this does 160 DPS for half as long. Jesus. Wait, oh, it creates a swarm of bees for 30 seconds that attacks for 15 seconds. Does that mean that it attacks two groups of people or just one group of people? Either way, let's look into this. You need Dragonthorn and Blood Lotus to increase the panic chance, but wow. So with this, you could potentially do some crazy crowd control because you could first of all, that's just a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage on one target. 163 DPS is crazy damage. But being able to use it to crowd control would definitely be handy. Swarm of Bees splits off to attack the first enemy that comes near the original target, and both targets suffer the full effect of the swarm. It's called Add Some Wasps. So you need to upgrade it fully to get to this point, but you could make it attack a second person too. That could be a very cool ability to have. Let's see how many if I can make them in the first place. I think I'll definitely want. Let's give Vasti some jar of bees and look into what they actually require to make. You need just a Blood Lotus. That's it. Wow. Okay. Making a jar of bees for one Blood Lotus is a pretty minor cost for how cool that could be. Okay. Let's talk to Dorian.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halamsharal? Cows milking farmers?
I take it you don't agree?
On the contrary, I approve. Heartily. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
What would be wrong with that exactly?
Nothing, at first. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed, by inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
Oh, so Alexius is in the cells, they say. That actually makes me curious about whether or not I can find him. I assume the cells are somewhere in this building over here, since this is really the only building. So maybe I should look into some of these doors I haven't gone through yet. Wow, this place is filling out, isn't it? I think there's more people than we had before. Let's check one of these doors I haven't opened before.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter.
Oh, this looks like it goes downstairs.
And my miners appreciate your business.
This will probably take us down to the cells they're talking about. Maybe. Maybe we should pay Alexius a visit after his defeat. He didn't even put up a fight, really, which is nice. Well, aside from everything that happened the first time. Founding of the Chantry. Cordelis Drecon, king of the city-state of Orlais, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the year -15 Ancient, the young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have the united not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andrastan belief to the world. In -3 Ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Dracon knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlais. His first act as emperor, to declare the Chantry as the established Andrastan religion of the Empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Orlessa and Montsemard was elected to lead the new Chantry. Upon her corporation as divine, she took the name Justinia, in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era ended and the divine age began. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. There's definitely specific authors we see repeating here over time. There's always more lore in this game. I always struggle with the pronouns. There's so many names of things to deal with. It'd be easier if these were said out loud. Chantry Hierarchy. The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry, although since the schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now, in fact, 2 Divines at any one time. One Divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral in Val Royale. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the ancient spire in Minrathos. Neither divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious. No matter the gender, a divine is addressed to as Most Holy or Your Perfection. That's a little iffy. Beneath the rank of divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their religion. They travel to Val Royale when the College of Clerics convenes, but otherwise remain where they are assigned. All Grand Clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the Mother, or in the Imperial Chantry, the Father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered is appended to the title. So for example, revered mother, what was her name? I already forgot her name, but I think isn't revered mother one of the people, like the first person we saved in the Hinterlands, when we fought the bandits? I forgot her name. Giselle? Was her name Giselle? Anyway, these are priests responsible for administering the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother or revered mother is addressed to as Your Reverence. Brothers and sisters form the rank and file of the Chantry and consist of 3 main groups: Affirmed, Initiates, and Clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the Chantry, those regular folk who have turned to the Chantry for succor. Often, they are people who have led a difficult or irregular life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who were raised into Chantry life. The Affirmed take care of the Chantry and are in turn afforded a life of quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folk who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in training, whether in academic knowledge or the martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the Chantry. Those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in Chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries or of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics placed in charge of such archives are given the title of Elder, although such rank is still beneath that of the Mother. All other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before their name, such as Brother Genitivi. From a Guide for Ambassadors from Ravine. Okay, so we're going to not read anything else for a little while, as far as things I see in the environment, because that one was a long one. A very exhaustive breakdown of the Chantry. I just want to look for our friend, and by our friend I mean the guy that I, helped kill. Let's light some torches in here. Oh, this can be opened with a lock. Is there anything in there? There's kind of an item in there, isn't there? Can I loot that? Is the question. You can't use abilities in here, can you? I don't think you can anyway. Nah, I don't think you can. I found out recently from the subreddit that you can apparently just if a door says that you have to lock it. If it says, there it is, requires a rogue. If it says requires a rogue, you can apparently just beat the door down with a lot of impact skills. And so that lets you just check it out anyway, whatever's inside there. What am I going to find in this chest? The Belt of Melee Defense. That's probably a handy thing for a tank to have. Genitivi. Where you at, bro? I actually don't see him around in here, which is weird. Although it's hard to see into the cells particularly. I kind of thought I'd have an opportunity to talk to him now that he's in here. Oh, there's a note over here. My question is, how do you ever open these? Because you can't really bring a rogue down here. Because you just have to be playing as a rogue basically in order to bring a rogue down here. Oh, is he in here? Genitivi. Wait, he's not his. Sorry, I'm calling him Genitivi. That's not his name at all. That's the Genitivi's from Dragon Age Origins. I'm just forgetting his name. Oh well, let's move on with the story at this point because I'm not finding him right off the bat, and so we might as well just not commit more time to that.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter.
It is Mother Giselle. Oh, she's not a revered mother though. She's just a normal mother. I was wrong. Oh, look who's not here.
I should tell you, Ambassador.
And there's nothing to turn in here? Okay, so let's just go to the war room and progress forward now.
The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea.
Okay, so let's we'll do a quick check-in really quick just to see if there's anyone left over from our missions that we probably sent out.
Came to speak with me. Could you try not to antagonize him?
If I offend the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
Oh, Colin. So an ally from Starkhaven, that's something I haven't done yet it looks like. Answer a request from Hasmal. So those are things I might send people on in a moment, but I just want to check in on any reports that are ready for us right now. Utilize the Grey Warden treaties. Report ready. Okay, let's check in. She says, I was correct. Spreading word that the Inquisition was allied with the Grey Wardens meant messages of support poured in. With the treaties in hand, we've managed to secure new recruits and donations of both gold and equipment. The commander will make good use of them. We got 65 gold and 5 iron. So, not super significant results, actually. Considering that it's the Grey Warden treaties, I kind of expected more. Maybe even maybe even an amulet of power for Blackwall. But here we go. So truth or dare, the Imperial Court. We sent Liliana on this one. Nightingale, 100 shadows to chase, heading to Lake Celestine. The nobility say it's lovely this time of year. Fisher, 30 influence. So we just got a little influence out of that. There's worse things to have. The University of Orlais is something apparently I can do next. Red Jenny says drop and grab. Mischief, not malevolence. The servants involved were dismissed, and we've a minor reward for the effort. 91 gold. Okie dokie. So just a nice little mini thing. Truth or Dare, Lake Celestine. So this is the next follow-up for the Truth or Dare quest. So we might as well probably send Liliana along to hurry things along. Oh no, it looks like Josephine will be better at it. Let's do a quick read. A page from Travels of a Chantry Scholar lies in the table. The passage is circled. The region between Lake Celestine and the shores of the Waking Sea is known as the Heartlands, a place of vineyards and gilded marble estates. The local refer to as a college. I mean, as cottages. What's wrong with me? It is often said that Orlais' heart is plated in gold, so it seems fitting that the Heartlands are perhaps the richest place outside of Val Royale. A note is written at the bottom of the page. Comte de Monir and Marquis Cotemont, both spending money like water. Which to pursue? So let's... What do these people say? Liliana says, we have agents in place near the continents now. We can infiltrate his manor at a moment's notice. Josephine says that Moyer is a distant relation to the Empress. We should speak to him first. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and send Josephine.
Let us begin.
I'm generally encouraged by a fast result, thinking that that means that the person's probably more apt to do the problem. So our other thing over here is we can go to the University of Orlais. I'm gonna take another quick look at the Ferelden, the ones I didn't do a second ago. That one's not ready. Okay, so let's answer a request from Hasmal. Commander Colin, I understand the Inquisition is working with Redcliffe's mages. I'm surprised someone from Kirkwall would condone any arrangement with them, but it does put you in a position. To aid us. Hasmal's circle sustained significant damage during the uprisings. Rather than follow the Lord Seeker, many of our Templars elected to remain and deal with the aftermath. But our resources are limited. Furthermore, we have loyalist mages with us. Hamsel's people would happily throw them to the wolves, even though they had nothing to do with the rebellion. As it stands, I fear we may fail in our duty to protect them. I trust you sympathize with our predicament. I humbly request our charges be transferred to the Inquisition. Oh, fuck yeah, I want more mages. That sounds like a great thing to have. Let's just send Colin because he's the one being requested anyway, on top of the fact that he has the short result for it. Let's see, Colin says, we have a few Templars of our own. Hasmel's Templars will be comfortable working with them. They can ensure safe passage for the mages. Okay, let's do it. There you go. You go for that, take care of that entire problem, Colin. We'll go back to the College of Orlais and probably send Liana there, since that's pretty much all that's left. Hopefully she does okay with it. To the leaders of the Inquisition, the death of so many good souls at the Temple of Sacred Ashes is a tragedy, compounded by the frenzy of posturing that has taken place in the race for Divine Justinia's successor, which all too frequently uses the University of Orlais as a scapegoat for ills perceived or real. Considering your recent cowing of these clerics, the University is hoping that you might see a way of protecting us from their rhetoric. Such a partnership could be beneficial for us both. We have research, magical as well as mundane, that we'd be pleased to share in exchange for aid in these trying times. Yours with hope, Chancellor Jürgen Haulus, University of Orlais. Absolutely. Oops,
Let's see what we have.
I forgot to read Liana's strategy for dealing with the problem, so that's my mistake, but she's the one remaining person to send, so we might as well send her. So what do we have left next on the story here? In your heart shall burn. Available, cost 1. What does this thing do? Join forces with your allies to assault the heart of the breach and close it once and for all. Uh-oh. Recommended levels 8 to 11. I am not in that level range, but wow, okay. It's a mission to close the breach. I'm actually surprised that that's already on the map. That we'd even have the option to deal with the, I'm surprised we can even deal with a breach this early in the game. I guess it must just be the first chunk of this game, because there must be more after this. But we might have to go back to the Hinterlands to level up at this point. Because, yeah, I need to go to the I want to go to the Storm Coast, but first I need to go to the Hinterlands, and I need to do a few quests to get more power. So let's go ahead and go to the Hinterlands and get set up to do a few more open world quests. I think I want to start things off by heading down towards this spot right here to establish our 5th of the 6 camps in the Hinterlands, and along the way we'll finish off Rifts of the Outskirts. This seems like a reasonable way of handling things. Different party composition. I brought Sera, Dorian, and Solus, so we have a defensive mage and an offensive mage, both of which know barrier. We have Sera, who shouldn't get much aggro in general because she's got all these different aggro reducing abilities, if I remember correctly. Frankly, I just want to bring her along because she got a really cool dagger during that, when we were going through that instance with the torturers and everything. We got a number of cool weapons for, we got a cool set of daggers for her. I want to try doing a more well-rounded group with a rogue in it this time around. We'll see how it goes. It does mean that Vasti has to tank, and I don't know if he's up to the task, so we'll learn the hard way. But I figure if there's any time to experiment with different group compositions, it's definitely going to be when we're in the open world and not when we're in the middle of a, being completely trapped in a linear segment the way we were before, where I just stumbled into that whole instance we were stuck in. So it's time to deal with a Fade Rift in here. So let's just wail on some fools, right? Just make a mess. I have learned that, let's see, I should have it right here, right? Yep, there we go. So if I hold left trigger and hit square, I can use Dispel, which I learned for Solus. If I use Dispel, I can deal with the problem of when a new what are we gonna call them? When new demons are spawning from the Fade, which is very. That guy went down super fast, didn't he? Let's get in there and make a big ol' mess. So right now they're just wraiths, which generally go down pretty quickly, which is handy. This shouldn't be such a big issue. So how is Dorian doing on? Right. Okay, so Dorian... wait, Dorian already cast Barrier. They both cast Barrier. Did they both cast Barrier at the same time? Because that's dumb of them to do. Am I going to have to start manually casting Barrier because my characters are too dumb to stagger them and not cast them simultaneously on the same people? Because that'd be a bummer if that's the problem. Let's see. So, do we have any enemies left, is the question? Oh, there's one way back here, isn't there? I was trying to figure out what was left, because it didn't look like we were done yet. We should have this more or less handled, though, with this group. They seem to know what they're doing. You get that? Okay. So now let's go to Solus. And get in there. Huh. So where are the enemies at? We got some right here. So let's try casting... Oh. There we go. Casting Dispel. Is it not going to be fast enough? Let's find out. Is that... He's still alive. Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't go fast enough then. My mistake. So does anyone have barrier ready? He doesn't have barrier ready. Solus, do you have barrier ready? You don't have barrier ready either. Okay. Well, we'll just have to go on the attack then and hope that things work out a bit. I was really hoping you'd have barrier ready, dude. So many people are able to cast barrier and it's still not enough, is it? So Sera should usually be fine because she doesn't really get attention, thankfully. Who's all the way over here? Vasti. How did you get over here? Oh, wait. I think I know what's going on here. Did I leave Vasti with a... Yeah, let's not. Let's have Vasti... Let's have our tank not using Charging Bull in the middle of our encounters. Okay, so I'm gonna have to... Let's try, casting Bubble, because I've got a... I should have someone else in here, right? Where's my other character? Yeah. Okay, Dorian's right here. So we're gonna want to Bubble real quick. Stop them from all dying, and Vasti's gonna have to do our first heal so far. Doing okay? Okay, now let's deal with this Wraith as fast as possible because he's the one that's actually attacking our group. There we go. Take him down. Who's next? Just keep focus firing. Oops. Accidentally opening the potion menu before I select people. I'm doing that to do attack on target to make sure that they group up on the right person and do burst damage against the Wraith as fast as possible. Let's see. So how many Wraiths are next? There's only 3 left, I think? It looks like it's just 3, so let's go for the closest one to minimize the time it takes for our melee characters to get to him while we try to deal with him. There we go. It's causing all sorts of problems for them. Okay. This is going pretty smoothly, I think, so I think we got this. It would be handy if Vasti was a real tank, and in retrospect, if I started this game from scratch, I'd probably make him a tank instead of a two-handed warrior. I didn't necessarily think that through all the way, because I didn't think about the fact that if I didn't make him if I made him a two-handed warrior, that kind of dooms me to
Excuse me?
Excuse yourself. Whatever you said and what I did, same difference to me.
I'd hoped, well, our people can sometimes feel the rhythm of the language, despite lacking the vocabulary.
Uh-huh. Know what else is good? Words that mean things. Like these. Words.
Then heed is Lhasa.
a little bit of cross-culture friction there, is there? Enhanced Horn of Valor ring. If I get around to ever actually... Oh, there's just some sort of floating fire here. Is that left over from a spell effect, I assume? Weird. If I ever get down that tree properly, I'll get Horn of Valor. Probably. There's some cool horn abilities you can get as a warrior that buff the party in general. Unfortunately, my Vasti in particular, his skill allocations have been a little unfocused. Widow Mara. Who are you?
Templar bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Farewell.
Wow, you really can't react to that by saying any more than just goodbye. I feel like that was a specific conversation that kind of warranted follow-up, but okay. Way to go, Vasti. Oh man, so apparently someone's... Is it all the way over here? The agrarian apostate. Templars killed an elven farmer suspecting he was an apostate and took his wedding ring as a prize. The farmer's widow wants them killed and the ring returned. Recover the farmer's ring to from the Templars. That's pretty fucked up. That they're so trigger happy that they're not even bothering to identify whether people are mages or not, which you'd think would be a pretty easy distinction to make. So where are we going? I think it's right over here. We're going to continue on our path towards that camp, since setting up camps is nice and easy to do if you get to the spot.
What color is the sky, Sera?
Hang on.
It is an earnest question. What color is the sky when you look at it?
You know, blue mostly. Except for the breachy bits.
And when you looked past the breach? As perhaps you were drawn to do.
Greenish? And clear a long ways, and kind of felt like falling. Ugh, makes my head hurt. You make my head hurt.
We are not so far apart, you and I.
We will be.
I like having Dorian and Sera talk to each other in our party. They have a nice little friction with each other. This is definitely good incentive to switch your party out, is just to have different people talking to each other over time. It's unfortunate that if you're playing on Nightmare, you might have pretty concrete strategies on how to succeed in Nightmare, so you might not have the opportunity to. So I think these open world segments where I'm doing these quests that are probably going to get easier and easier over time because you probably level up faster than they do, I'll probably keep swapping up the party just to try to have interesting conversations happen along the way. Whereas I'll probably have to put on more serious parties when I try to deal with the like tougher story missions.
Have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to writs.
You said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
I almost missed the this almost makes me want the Mass Effect series. Okay, it's just right down here. Strange bedfellows. A scout on duty is worried something's happened to a fellow scout named Ritz, who was tasked with investigating apostates in the area. So lots of Templar and apostate activity in that general direction. The awkward conversations we have with people whenever we're trying to set up side quests almost make me miss the Mass Effect 3 system where you just walk around town and you overhear people talking and then you just like, I need to go get this thing on a distant planet for these people. That was always super awkward, but it's also pretty awkward to be like, oh, you said that there's someone missing. Goodbye. Like, there's just no follow-up. Like, oh man, I gotta take care of this. This is not even like a thing that comes up. She's just like, oh, bye. Nope, not change party. That's not what I meant to do. I just wanted to check by... Is there a potion stand? There should always be a potion stand, right? Oh, it's upstairs, it looks like. Oh, there's a whole tower in here that has our stuff in it this time. I always just want to take a quick check over here just to make sure our stuff replenishes between locations. Now, let's take a look at the area. Wow, things got a little more crowded here, didn't they? So there's there's 3 dwarfs and pass rifts? There are. I think I might try to just clear the zone out really quick and get us a nice chunk of quests done. Let's prioritize Shallow Breaths first, I think, because Shallow Breaths is one of the first quests we got in the entire game. It's for someone who has family who has trouble breathing and needs potions, and unfortunately, this conflict is cutting them off from their usual supplier. And that's just unfortunate. No one deserves that kind of problem. So is that a good guy or bad guy? Oh. They're not immediately hostile. Do they have emblems on them? Is that the symbol of the Inquisition? It looks like an eyeball. I think they're friendlies. Hopefully. Do you talk?
We've been searching the region for resources. Commander's orders. No small task given recent troubles, but I've some supplies here you may find useful.
Oh, that's fucking cool. They're just gathering stuff for me to grab? Oh, it's 1 dagger. Okay. Well, you tried, buddy. You tried. Is there another exclamation point here? There is. Can I make it up this slope to get to it? What is this? Oh, it's a corpse. Whoopsie. Getting 75 experience. A letter from a dead Templar. Elendra, I don't know how this will reach you, but with the last strength of my shaking hands, what else could I do but write you? Whether it be magic or the cursed breach or the Maker punishing me for abandoning my vows, the end is coming. The terrors are with me more often than not. I come here to try to find some peace with these believers, but the platitudes they mouth are cold comfort. If my mind falls to demons or my own darkness, I fear that even a weakened Templar will cause too much harm. I am draught of bitter herbs. It will be over soon. I took a draught of bitter herbs. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I can't seem to read sentences today. It's especially bad. I don't know why. I wish my weakness had not stopped me from meeting you. With your phylactery, I knew just where you were, but the madness of your side and mine was too great a gap. Maker save you, stay safe. You need no circle if you carry it within you. Love, Matrin. It's almost a Romeo and Juliet sort of sound. Oh, immediate lore about phylacteries, which are these little glass vials that help us locate mages, basically, because they have a spell mixed with magic. I mean, a spell mixed with blood. A phylactery is a vessel, often a glass vial, containing the essence of a magical being. The Circle of Magi and the Chantry use small phylacteries filled with blood, taken from the Apprentice Magi, to track down mages that turn apostate or flee the wrath of the Templars. Before an apprentice passes his harrowing, his phylactery is kept at his home circle tower. Phylacteries of first enchanters are stored in the White Spire, in Orlesian Circle and the Templar Templar Order stronghold. Vials belong to Vials belong to legal yet powerful and controversial mages are kept. I don't know, what am I in trouble? Oh, vials belonging to legal yet powerful and controversial mages are kept in carefully hidden caches in remote locations. For anyone but a member of the Chantry, tracking down one is all but impossible. Quite literally like trying to find a needle in a hay farm. So they're saying that very prominent mages that might be targeted by people have their phylacteries in locations that are hidden from a lot of people's knowledge, so that they don't know where to go to try to hunt them down. That's an extra little piece of precaution you almost wouldn't expect, because they're often kind of awful to their mages in general. Let's see. What are we going to find around here? There's a little camp over there. Definitely keep an eye out. This is a whole zone we haven't been to before, so we don't know what to expect around here. Looks like we have a little box. Get it. Oh, wow. 96 gold and medium adventure armor. That's more gold than I got from sending someone across the entire continent to go do a mission earlier, so that's kind of funny to me. Dear Lord, there's another quest here. How are there so many quests in this zone? This is incredible. Look, there are Inquisition soldiers even here. We're talking about whether or not it's safe to be here.
I know you. They call you the Herald of Andraste for what you did at Haven. But are you? The Maker has not told me.
I honestly don't know myself.
As I suspected. Stories of you mastering the rifts are just blind heresy.
No, I can seal rifts.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your will, the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
This cult, what are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
The Chantry has fallen, and shown its imperfection in doing so. The Chant of Light was a lie. It was arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will, and so we wait in silence. The Maker has opened the sky. Soon he will call his chosen back to the Golden City.
Until later.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
Ooh. The gate's opening right up. I didn't expect that. Let's take a look inside. Oh, we have a statue.
I suppose it only natural that some would turn to worshipping the breach, if only in hopes of appeasing it.
It makes sense, and it's actually something that happens in real life, too, is that whenever there's a tragedy, or anything, like, well, the whole thing is that this tragedy struck the,
Your mother and sister must miss you greatly. With your father's passing at the Conclave, no, we can never go back. The Inquisition can pick up the pieces of this world. We will find peace in the world to come.
The Maker has torn open the sky.
Oh god, there's gonna be a lot of talk in this area, aren't there?
The faithful will be lifted up.
But anyway, what I'm getting at is that
here.
It makes sense that there'd be people who break off from the Chantry, because the Chantry is supposed to be the will of the Maker. It's God. It's the cathedral, the Vatican, basically. So like if some great blow is struck against it, it shakes your faith in this being the one true word of anything. So it makes sense people would splinter off. And it's worshipping the breach is actually pretty in line with a lot of people who think various things going wrong with the world are signs of the apocalypse, and that they're about to rejoin they think that they're about to rejoin what am I trying to say? Oh, there's a Is that a portal right there? I think it is. But like, whenever anything bad happens in the world, there's always people in the real world who say that they think that they're about to be called to heaven. I forgot what the word is for it right now. I'm not in a proper state today. It seems I'm struggling with words in general and trying to think of what things are called. Oh God, is this long? This looks long. Okay, let's have some fun. The Queen Asha of Antiva. There are those who believe the tale that Antiva owes its independence to the looming threat of the crows. Yet this story, largely spread by the crows themselves, is no more credible than the promises of a market stall huckster. For the truth of the matter, we look instead to the palace of the kings in Antiva city. A grand statue of a woman in Raviani royal garb towers over the entrance, her watchful eyes keeping sight of everything happening within those walls. Asha Sabira Badira Kapana, Queen Mother of Thetis. These names are just exhausting. When the matriarchs of Raviani arranged the marriage of Princess Asha to Aisli to the King Alonso Campana of Antiva, it went to unnoticed and unremarked by their contemporaries. The eyes of Thetis were on the wars of Orlais and Navarra. The marriage of a minor princess to Ravane to an almost powerless king was beneath their consideration. Yet their wedding was, in retrospect, perhaps the most important event in Thetis' history since the blackening of the Golden City. Queen Asha was a skilled tactician, seeing the military ambitions of Tevinter, Navarra, and Orlais. She concocted a plan. Antiva was too prosperous to escape its neighbor's avarice, yet had no means of raising an army capable of fending off both Tevinter and Orlais without impoverishing the kingdom. If she was to be if she was to safeguard her people, it must be through measures stronger than steel. The queen spent decades making alliances in the ancient Ravani way, marriage. She wed her many children and grandchildren strategically into noble houses across the continent. Within 30 years, Antiva was so well connected that any hostile action against it would force half the nations to Thetis to war. The blood of Queen Asha runs in the veins of the Empress of Orlais, the Prince of Starkhaven, the King of Navarra, and 7 of the Dukes of the Anderfels. Even some magisters of the Tevinter Imperium have ties to the Antivan royal family. Asha's web of blood ties forces most of the continent to remain at peace with Antiva or risk terrible consequences at family dinners. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, Travels from a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. Always happy to find more Genitivi around. I'm starting to get genuinely concerned, guys, that I might be getting sick here. Obviously, my brain's been going weirdly slow if I'm struggling reading more than normal here, but my throat now feels a little weird, and my voice probably sounds a little different now. So I'm getting a little concerned. I think I might just do this potion quest really quick. I think I'm going to talk to this potion person and see if we can get our reward, and I think I'm going to go back to town. And in the next episode, we'll probably go check out the Storm Coast, because I think we should have... I think we probably already have enough power, right? Yeah, we have 5 power, we need 4 power, so... The things I've done, setting up that camp and taking care of that one thing, already gave us enough. So let's go... We'll check out the Storm Coast soon. I just want to do a little more exploring here and talk to this person about, you know, maybe helping someone not die.
I greet you. My name is Hindle.
Hindle, your mother can't breathe. Your father sent me here for potion.
What? She was fine. She hasn't had the breathing trouble in... All right, I can help. Here, I have some already made. Go, take it to her now.
Oh, hey, that wasn't such a big deal. Alright, let's just teleport back there. And I'll just... Obviously, there's another quest to get here, and there's more... There's so many quests, guys. There's all these quests up here. There's quests down here. There's more stuff to do over here. We'll get to all of this sooner or later, I think. I might even do a this might even be a completionist playthrough where I do absolutely everything I can in one series. Although I might finish the story before I finish all the quests, because I think this is a game where you can actually finish the story, but then continue afterwards. Can I fast travel? Yeah, I can. Okay. I think this actually is a game where, if I've heard correctly, you can finish the story, and then come back into the open world and continue to finish off all the stuff you found in the area. So I'm going to deliver I'm going to quickly deliver this little potion here to help someone with their breathing, which, man, she's been struggling with breathing for a long time. Since she's been, I met her, and I encountered the story in like episode 3 of my series, I think. So we're quite far along now. But let's give them what they need.
Here you go. The potion and instructions on how to make it.
Silas bless you. Or the Maker. Or whoever. It doesn't matter. Just thank you. I'll give it to her right away. If ever I can help the Inquisition, you have my word.
Yeah! Quest complete, and Sera's happier with this, and there's another problem dealt with, one less triangle on the map. So now, I think I'm going to take a break, guys, because I'm concerned I might be getting sick here. But anyway, I'm not at my peak performance here if I'm having trouble reading things and my throat feels funny. So, see you guys next time, like always. Thanks for watching and stuff. And I think the next thing we're going to do, because we do need to keep leveling up. We need to be between level 8 and 11 to do that quest. So I probably want to be at 9 or 10 specifically, just to try to go through the center of that level range. So I'm going to try to get to my party to level 9, I think, at least. And I think I'm going to do that by going to the Storm Coast and exploring that area for the first time, because that's supposed to be in the level range that I'm in. And I finally have the power to go do it. I keep getting sidetracked and using my power for other things, unfortunately. But that's going to be our next goal. Alright guys, thanks for watching.